Hey, thank you so much for your attention. If you're watching this after the fact, first of all, I appreciate your view almost as much as if you were here live on Tuesdays. Um, yeah, the timestamp should be in the description below. I really wish you were here, but I appreciate you watching the VOD. For those of you who are live, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm all set to start when the timer hits zero, so enjoy smooth vibes of Otis McDonald. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Let me just do this. Welcome to the SydStream. It is Tuesday, March. No, what am I saying? March, May 11th. That's probably where the Freudian slip came from. Because March and May, if you didn't know, both start with the letter M. Yes, hello. Welcome. This is the SydStream. The stream where we try to build a bridge between the left and the right, one stream at a time. Thank you very much to those of you who are here now. I'm not going to do much before getting. Basically, we have a lot to cover. I'm going to dig a little deeper into critical race theory. So, being that like some feedback that I got last week is that the end was kind of rushed, and I really want to be mindful of that. So I will try not to. Oh, you see, this is one thing that I forgot to do, but the habits are here, they're building. It's still the countdown towards getting my 20 hours in, which should be at the end of this month. So we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy. Thank you again to those of you who are here. Let me begin. What was I going to begin about? Whenever I suspect that I might want to watch the stock market or the crypto space, I always make a point of not watching it that day so I can like genuinely react. And I did a good job today. So I will, really quickly, because as I said, we have a lot of things to cover tonight. So I'm going to take a look at the trading view. Let me go here. Oh, well, actually, let me just open the site here. And I'm not logged in just like I thought. So I'm going to do that. Will this work? It sure will. Okay, awesome. Okay, what is this? This is Dogecoin. Holy shit! It took a tank, but I still how can I say this? I gotta say I recognize the potential buying opportunity around here, and I kind of was right in retrospect. But all technical analysts are right in retrospect. The old 2020 hindsight. Oh, before I continue, I just want to make this clear in case someone is dumb enough to take anything that I'm about to say as financial advice. I mean, why would you? I'm some loser who lives alone in his mom's basement. Why would you take financial advice from me? I can barely make rent, can barely afford food. I need some dramatic music for that. But yeah, I'm an entertainer, baby. That's all this is about. All right. So let's take a look at the other thing, Ethereum. Woo! Oh my God, man, this is the thing. Okay, I'm reminded of a tweet of mine that I will. It'll come into context because basically this was easy to predict because the whole excitement around NFTs is, to my knowledge, almost certainly at the root cause of this, which is Bitcoin, sorry, Ethereum going to the moon. I mean, like even on the weekly chart, look at this, whoosh, straight up. But watching this, and I kind of anticipated this would be my reaction. I'm reminded of this tweet that I tweeted. And I'm kind of glad that I did tweet this. Let me make this a little bigger here. So I was telling normies that it's still not too late to get into Bitcoin. And I said this on March 5th. Actually, now I'm curious. How much was Bitcoin worth on March 5th? Here. Wait, March 5th. Okay, so around here. Wait, where's March 5th? Okay, yeah, so it was around 50K. So it's a little higher than that now, but basically the point is that the thing that I was telling normies back in March about Bitcoin, I need to remind myself of that very lesson with Ethereum because, yeah, that is hey, Brad and Darth Shady, glad you can make it. It's still not too late to create your own crypto called Sidcoin. You are correct, Brad. Damn, you know what? I like that idea. I'll put that in the maybe someday list. I'm tempted to do that right now, but instead, I will put it in here. Let me see. Sid coin. I like it. I don't have the skills to do it, but I like the idea. So thank you for that. You know, the ultimate counter troll would be to actually do it, Brad. So yeah, I I was pretty mindful. Sorry, I was pretty aware that I had missed the boat on for Ethereum, but it's not too late. Remember, remember the meme. This was not just a lesson for this was not just a lesson for the Bitcoin normies of March 5th. This is also a lesson for Sydney Rock of today. Kaufman, what is when ETH top? Who the fuck knows? Actually, you know what? This is a tiny little this is a tiny little tangent. But one of the things that I like about GAN analysis, which is what these squares are, is that it creates opportunity. GAN analysis lets you anticipate potential reversal points. So at any one of these lines, we might see a top or not. I gotta say, based on my past analysis of Bitcoin, these grids have been off by a couple days, which is pretty good. However, the caveat, GAN analysis is fractal, which means you can subdivide that shit into oblivion, which means no matter when a top or a bottom happens, there is a GAN grid that fits it. All right. So yeah, let us move on. Wait, I'll trade Sitcoin for more BTC. Hey Henry, glad you can make it. All right, so I think that is, well, actually, before wrapping up, let's take a look at the conventional stock market, which is looking pretty good. I'm assuming that this dip here is gas line related. Uh, let's, geez, all I will say about the gas line is I'd rather not go into detail, but ransomware is no joke. I've come relatively close to ransomware in recent times, and I hope they figure it out quickly. Yeah. So let us move on. Looks like Mr. Kaufman is a big Bitcoin maximalist. I I like the sound of that term. I'm not entirely sure I know what it means. I mean, with words like Bitcoin maximalist, we can kind of guess what it means. It's one of those self-explanatory terms, but whatever. All right, let me just put this on and prepare for the first segment, which will be quick because for those of you who joined us a little later, I got a comment that the ending of my critical race theory segment felt a little rushed to some, and I'm mindful of that. And in that vein, I don't want to spend too much time before that. I don't have much to say on this first segment anyway, and then we could just dig in. Maximals when the good guys in Transformers Beast Wars. Yes, that was that made me laugh in a very primal way, Brad. Let me just put these tabs in order. Honestly, like so many people have talked about this, and this is one of those things where, you know, streaming only once a week on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. It takes a while for me to catch up to some stories that don't happen on a Tuesday. So a lot of people have spoken about this, people who are much bigger than me, people who spend a much bigger proportion of their time reading comics and a much bigger proportion of their time making content, like full-time content creators, which I really hope to become someday. I'm on that path, baby. One stream at a time. So, Black Superman. I've covered this briefly before because I heard about him initially on March 3rd, right here, where I said that there are ways that Black Superman can work, but if they go about it any other way, it's going to be cringe as fuck. Now, on Sunday, I saw some YouTubers that I like talk about this article right here. Now, if you clicked on the thumbnail to this, you've probably already seen this. So I won't read this article. That's out of scope for my intentions here. I'll explain why I'm making this video at the end. Okay, but I want to skip right here. Okay, let's read the quote from hell. Geez, literally. Source: The Hollywood Reporter is THR. So, sources tell THR that Coates is crafting a Kal-El in the vein of the original Superman comics and will have the protagonist hail from Krypton and come to Earth. While the story is currently being crafted and many details could change, one option under consideration for the film is for the film to be a 20th century hit piece. Hit piece. What an interesting Freudian slip. No, a period piece. Now, the thing that's gotten a bunch of people, myself included, really angry is this right here, Kal-El. This spelling is very precise. They're going to raise Ben Clark Kent, as according to this quote, which is ridiculous, which made me tweet this. They're actually going to raise Ben Clark Kent. Redacted, please. Ah, jeez. And I had a I had a glimmer of hope because, as I said, there are canonical ways to make this work. Personally, I had never heard of Val Zod before I saw Black Superman trending on Twitter. Before I saw Black Superman trending on Twitter. I have no idea who Val Zod is. I can't say anything about him. I had seen Calvin Ellis. I kind of just assumed that they were going to go with him because there already is a Black Superman in the DC continuity. And I had a glimmer of hope. I had a glimmer of hope when I realized that. You know, the name Calvin Ellis has Kal-El in it. And I'm like, oh, so maybe this here, this they might actually use one of the canonical Black Supermen. But this Kal-El from this universe actually spells his name without the hyphen. So, yeah, instead of giving us, you know, instead of giving an opportunity for black superheroes who actually exist. And fun fact for those of you who didn't know, this Superman in this universe is also the president of the United States, which is really cool. But no, instead they're going to fucking race bend Clark Kent and give us some. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be. I do know it's gonna be cringe as fuck. And later that night, in a fit of rage, I wrote this. Next thing you know, the Green Lantern they're gonna give us is Black Hal Jordan instead of John Stewart. John Stewart, actually, I don't know that much about him, but he's really cool as a Green Lantern. My point is, it's fucking cringe to see them do this. Like, in the abstract, I don't mind race bending characters. I agree with people who have the take that it's pandering. It's clearly pandering. Yeah. Um, the profit motive, they want to, grow their pie chart by in including urban markets, by race bending, characters. But what fucking grinds my gears is that they're bypassing canonical black characters instead. I mean, yeah, it sucks. But the reason that I am making this video, despite the vast number of other people who've covered this topic, who probably read more comics than I do, is this part right here. While the story is currently being crafted and many details could change, I am adding my drop in the bucket to hope that the outcry give us Calvin Ellis or Valzad. I have no idea who Valzad is. I'm sure that I would be fascinated by him. I don't even know what universe Valzad is. All I know is he's another black Kryptonian who already exists in the comics. This guy, I I don't know anything about him. But hey, I'm sure that I'd enjoy getting to know him. I'm sure I would enjoy getting to know this guy a lot more than a fucking black Clark Kent. So yeah, I question of the day: who is your favorite black character? I personally have a soft spot in my heart for Storm. Uh, you know, I think anyone who's black who watched the X Men animated series probably does. Maybe Bishop, but yeah, I would really like to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like the video, and I would love to see you here. I do these streams every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Does Shady? They're completely ignoring the existence of POC characters. Facepalm, facepalm indeed. You know, I try. I try to use this expression responsibly. This expression that's on screen that I won't read. I try to use it responsibly, uh, mainly because it seems to make my white friends either uncomfortable or a little too comfortable. So yeah, but race bending Clark Kent is definitely grounds for me to break out the tactical nuke. So yeah, it fucking sucks. Anyway, oh wow, that was the one segment. Oh, Darth Shady, you shall be happy to learn that I hate skipping Stardew Valley for 2 weeks in a row, so I won't. Um, there will be farming. There will be farming tonight. But first, we're going to look at some critical race theory. Falcon. Oh my God! How could I forget? I'll splice it in, baby. No, thank you so much for reminding me. Falcon, the way he took the Captain America mantle in the recent TV series was brilliant. Henry, I I disagree, but that is because I read the Sam Wilson's run as Captain America, and I really preferred that. I think that the basis for him taking the shield from Steve Rogers makes sense. They made it make sense both in the comics and in the MCU. However, the one thing that I really liked about Sam Wilson's run as Captain America is that it wasn't about him being black. Now, of course, shit like that came up. There were black characters. I mean, Misty Knight was his sidekick essentially, and there were themes that were explored during his run as Captain America, which were not a coincidence. Illegal immigration, police brutality. Yeah, having a black Captain America explore those issues, that isn't a coincidence. However, it wasn't it wasn't about him being black. Like, as much as we saw Sam Wilson being in the middle of like these mercenary cops, the AmeriCorps, I think they were called, they were the AmeriCops, and the over policed areas in the urban neighborhood or whatever. That was interesting. However, if Sam Wilson's run as Captain America began with him like beginning each day saying, "It's so hard being a black man in America. The struggle, I struggle with it every day. I must overcome the systemic racism. Let me put on my shield and go fight for social justice." That would have been cringe as fuck. I did not read it, so I would not know. Yeah, exactly. So I really like that. And if you compare that to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, having read the comics, like, honestly, like easily 10% of that final episode, 10% of the dialogue of that final episode were the words Black Captain America. And it's like, okay, I get it. It's a reveal. It's on television. You got to dumb it down. Yeah, okay. I'll grant it to you. But oof, it was a little hard for me to watch. But I've been spoiled. I do plan on elaborating on this, so we will revisit this. But thank you very much for reminding me of the Falcon. Fun fact, well, it might be a fact. Falcon is probably the first black superhero who didn't have the word black in his name. So, yeah. All right. So I will. Hopefully, I'll find a way to splice that in. Thank you again for mentioning him, Henry. That is something, on my countdown to competency with when I hit my 20 hours in June. The balance of reading the chat before ending a segment, it's and would you have said that by the time I ended the segment? Because there is a delay. There's roughly a 10-second delay between what I'm saying and what you guys are seeing on stream. So who knows what would have happened. All right, let's do this. I don't know how much I don't know how much more time we're gonna spend on this. Man, I would like to finish the wiki for it, but I I don't want this stream to be too long. What does your T-shirt say? It looks like a coca. It says classical liberal. That's what it says. All right, critical race theory. It's time to continue the deep dive. Or at least we will dive deeper, hopefully. As you may know, I am exploring this because it's a topic that's interesting to me, and it's a topic that a lot of people have really strong opinions on, and don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. And as I said earlier in part one, which is prerequisite for watching, but we will summarize it really quickly. The Actually, this is the research document that we will be populating. I will, yeah, this is the research document that we will be populating. I didn't make any changes to it since last time, so we will continue. But like I was saying, merely reading the wiki to critical race theory will put you ahead of most people spreading their opinions on it online. This is the sad state of political discourse online, sadly. But the bottom line is, and I think there's like I would say that the consensus between people who are left right of center who talk about critical race theory without knowing what it is that like it's kind of a pretext to say that white people are bad. That's kind of like what it is optically to people, and I want to get to the bottom of this. Just as a reminder, the this document has some of the basic questions. I don't think where and how are relevant, which is why they are not here. But our goal is this here, the why. That's until I have a satisfactory answer to this question right here, this series will continue. And hopefully you find it interesting. I do want to shout out, he commented on my last video. Let me just open it up here. There it is. Breck Eds. All right. So I won't read the whole comment, but I just want to shout him out. He's one of the reasons why I started this series in the first place. But I will read some of this here. So I look at it as a model, an attempt to describe and possibly therefore improve social ills, and as models always do, e.g., the atomic model has both flaws and also pertinent things to say. Some main common talking points against it are, oh no, this is not the part I wanted to read. Okay, here. This is the part right here. One thing to look into are its five basic tenets. One, the notion that racism is ordinary and not aberrational. The idea of an interest convergence, I don't even know what that means. Three, the social construction of race. We covered that briefly last time. Four, the idea of storytelling and counter storytelling. And five, the notion that whites have actually been recipients of civil rights legislation. The notion that whites have actually been recipients of civil rights legislation. Not sure what that means, but I will skip, since I alluded to it. Some of the main common talking points against it are: it views people collectively instead of individually. True. It's based on an oppressor oppressed binary. True. You can't argue it. If you do, that's racist in and of itself. We shall see. If you believe in it or support it, you're either a socialist commie or a proponent of Stalinism. Okay, so I wanted to read this. I will not add any of this to my document. I think I froze. Did I freeze? I froze. Fuck. Yeah, the stream is frozen again. What's not responding? Is it this? I kind of suspected it might be. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but this is pretty bad. All right. Hopefully it comes back. My mouse can still move. I still have a bunch of room. What's not responding? Okay, I'm going to do something here. So what if I do this? Okay, so I think it's my Chrome that is frozen. Now, is it still, am I still streaming? There we go. Okay. Um, that is really weird. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. This time it is my Google Chrome that crashed. Fortunately, it did not cause the whole thing to crash. So basically, y'all heard me like basically struggling with my Chrome, wondering what was going on. That's what happened for y'all. That's funny. All right, we're back. Let me just open up a new window here. Oh, let me just get my show notes, which aren't that useful since it's really about that document. Did y'all see and hear that whole episode? Like, as I was reading Brick Ed's comment and just wondering what the fuck. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, that's an Easter egg for those of you watching the VOD. Of course, people watching later shall never know it happened. Okay, let me just assign this to the right window. Properties, it should be this one. Okay, we're back. So yeah, we just covered what Brick thinks are the five tenets of critical race theory. Here's the thing: I have no doubt that he did his research. However, there's a really simple reason why I will not add any of that to this document, which is if he's right, we will run into it ourselves. This is a basic tenet that I use for like online fact acquisition in general. If it's true, it should be pretty easy to vet on my own. Now, sometimes there are true things that are difficult to vet. So just because I have a hard time, that doesn't necessarily mean it's false, not in and of itself. But yeah, if he's correct, it'll come up. So where we left off that last week, and I don't want to get distracted by you know going off into tangents on other wikis. I would really like to finish reading this, although I seriously doubt we will. There's a lot of really dense things here. So let's get as far as we can, and we'll continue in part three because, like I said, we're after the why. So, actually, yeah, I think we just covered this part here. Oh wait, yeah, the definitions. The definitions section probably changed from last week. There was more to this here. So let's reread this here. Roy L. Brooks defined critical race theory in 1994 as a collection of critical stances against the existing legal order from a race based point of view. This is much more concise than what was there last week. I'm pretty sure this is the part that changed, which is why I scrolled past it. Richard Delgado, a co-founder of the theory, defined it in 2017 as people interested in studying and transforming the relationship among race, racism, and power. Okay, yes, this is where I went off on a tangent about how progressives talk about power a lot, and then we went into other wikis. Now, here's the thing: the history of critical race theory doesn't interest me that much. So for now, I think we will skim it. I just want to make sure that Roy L. Brooks is one of the names here. Good. So is Richard Delgado. Beautiful. Um, I'm just going to skim it real quick. Actually, let me just see. Principal Principal figures of the theory include all these people, which, okay, this might have been displaced from elsewhere. That's the thing with coming back to a wiki a week later. Things might have changed in the interim. So let me see. In the early 1980s, students of color at Harvard Law School organized protests regarding Harvard's lack of racial diversity in the curriculum among students and in the faculty. Okay. These students supported Professor Derek Bell, who left Harvard in 1980 to become the dean at the University of Oregon School of Law. During his time at Harvard, Bell had developed new courses that studied American law through a racial lens. Harvard students of color wanted faculty of color to teach the new courses in his absence. Okay, yeah, so the students wanted teachers of color. Okay, that makes sense. So, I know I skipped a paragraph that I skipped this one here. No, I skipped this. So, I want to write that it was the Harvard School of Law. So there is a where. Um, I'm not entirely convinced that it's relevant, but I'm going to write it down anyway. So, Harvard School of Law. Whoops. Question mark. Even though the wiki says so. So, let us. You know what? I think this section right here will be meaty enough. And we're going to focus on this. And again, you're already ahead of most people on Twitter. So, congratulations. Views in regard to critical race theory as being radical. Will Oremus argues. Is Will Oremus in here? Probably not. But if he's not, he's not. Fuck it. I'm not adding new names. I have enough names for now. The theory is radical in the sense that it questions fundamental assumptions. And unlike some strands of academic and legal thought, official race theory has an open and activist agenda with an emphasis on storytelling and personal experience. It's about righting wrongs, not just questing after knowledge. Many of their ideas are not radical today in the sense of being outside the mainstream. Critical race theory is widely taught and studied. Okay, now this I resonate with. I think any libertarian can resonate with questioning fundamental assumptions. Um, just saying, there might be room for common ground here, even if you're white. Let's see. Unlike some strands of academic and legal thought, critical race theory has an open activist agenda. So, who said this? Will Oremus. Okay, maybe I will write his name. So, okay, in the why, let me open up a section here. Clues to why. I don't want this big. Let me just fix this right here. So this is Arial 11. Okay. So all of this. Whoops. There we go. So no bold. There we go. Okay. This could be important. So, Will Oremus. Oremus. An open activist agenda. So that part has credence. I don't know enough about who Real Oremus is, but he's in here, so let's take it at that. Developments in the early 2000s in critical race theory included work relying on updated social psychological research on unconscious bias in order to justify affirmative action, and work relying on law and economic methodology to examine structural inequality and discrimination in the workplace. Okay, ooh, this is another one of these sentences that we could probably spend like an entire month exploring and unpacking. What am I going to pick from this? Because there's a lot here. Something that progressives say a lot is the, structural inequality. We might have to explore this. Yeah, unconscious bias and structural inequality. Where am I going to put this? You know what? I'm going to put this here at the bottom. Threads to explore structural inequality and unconscious bias. Whew. How many parts will this series have before we get to why? I don't know, but there's a lot of rabbit holes here. Let's continue. Some common themes. Common themes that are characteristic of work in critical race theory, as documented by such scholars as Richard Delgado and Jean Stefanik, include critique of critique of liberalism. Critical race theory scholars question foundational liberal concepts such as enlightenment. Woof. I just need to calm down for a second. That was actually triggering, but let's at least finish the sentence, okay? So, critical race theory scholars question foundational liberal concepts such as enlightenment rationality, legal equality, and constitutional neutrality, and challenge the incrementalist step-by-step approach towards of traditional civil rights discourse. They favor a race conscious approach to social transformation, rejecting liberal embrace of affirmative wait, rejecting liberal embrace of affirmative action, colorblindness, role modeling, or the merit principle, and an approach that relies on political organizing in contrast to liberalism's reliance on rights-based remedies. Let me just, can I? Yes, okay, cool. I don't want to go too deep in this. Rights based approach to development is an approach to development promoted by many development age. How many times are they going to say development in this? Jeez. To achieve a positive transformation of power relations among the various development actors. To stakeholders, the rights of yeah. This is going to be too long to go into for tonight's purposes. So, to make sure we understand, critical race theory scholars they question Enlightenment rationality, and they favor a race conscious approach to social transformation, rejecting the liberal embrace of affirmative action. This part confuses me. Okay, so let's move on. I might have to circle back and pick some quotes from this. So, storytelling, counter storytelling, and naming one's own reality. Okay, we have our tenet here. The use of narrative to illuminate and explore experiences of racial oppression. Brian Brayboy has emphasized the epistemic importance of storytelling in indigenous American communities as superseding that theory, and that has proposed a tribal critical race theory. Okay, I'm assuming Brayboy is indigenous. I mean, and this isn't a dig. I mean, we all we all kind of prioritize our own battles. So, goo, there we go. The default search engine here isn't Google and it's too long to configure. But I'm just curious. Great boy. Well, uh, let's at least look at one of them. The first Google result. Ah, geez, this is a 23-page PDF. Fuck it. All right. Well, I have no evidence. Um, the only the only clue is that Brian Brayboy has proposed tribal critical race theory, which suggests to me that he might be indigenous. But I just showed my work, so I'm right or I'm wrong. Revisionist interpretations of American civil rights law and progress, criticism of civil rights scholarship and anti discrimination laws such as Brown v. Board of Education. Derek Bell, one of the CRT's founders, argues that civil rights advances for black people coincided with the self interest of white elitists. Oh, I'm sure this is the case. Holy shit. Yeah. Uh, I need no convincing for this. Yes, I'm sure that advances for civil rights advanced the white elites at the time. Yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where that's not true. So, likewise, Mary Dudziak performed extensive archival research at the U.S. Department of State and Department of Justice, including correspondence by U.S. ambassadors abroad, and found that U.S. civil rights legislation was not passed because people of color were discriminated against. Rather, it was enacted in order to improve the image of the United States in the eyes of third world countries, that the U.S. needed allies during the Cold War. You know, sure. So let's continue. Intersectional theory. There we have it. The examination of race, sex, class, 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 um, national origin, and sexual orientation, and how their combination, i.e., their intersections, plays out in various settings, e.g., how the needs of a Latina female are different of those of a black male, and whose needs are the ones promoted. You see, this here, this here, however this question is resolved, may either vindicate or pwn the people who criticize critical race theory. All right. Standpoint epistemology. Jesus, I vaguely familiarized myself with standpoint theory when Boghossian and his colleagues, did that. They submitted a bunch of bullshit papers to troll scholarly papers, and some of them that got published. So yeah, the standpoint epistemology, the view that a member of a minority has an authority. Wait. The view that a member of a minority has an authority and ability to speak about racism that members of other racial groups do not have, and that this can expose the racial neutrality of law as false. Okay, so basically, um, that white people can't really tell if a law is unjust towards black people. That would be like a concrete hypothetical that flows from this. I'm pressing X to doubt, but you know, I'm open to. We'll see. Essentialism versus anti-essentialism. Delgado and Stefanik write. Scholars who write about these issues are concerned with the appropriate unit for analysis. Is the black community one or many communities? Ooh, my money's on many. Do middle and working class African Americans have different interests and needs? Do all oppressed peoples have something in common? This is a look at the ways that oppressed groups may share in their oppression, but also have different needs and values that need to be looked at differently. It is a question of how groups can be essentialized and are unable to be essentialized. Okay, how much more of this we got? Okay, we're not going to do the whole thing. I think we have to cover white privilege. I mean, how can I have white privilege on this screen and not read it? I mean, I'm not going to leave you with blue balls. That was cis heteronormative of me. I apologize. All right, let's continue. Structural determinism. Actually, you know what? Before I'm going to just take a swig of water. I've been reading a lot. All right, let's continue. Structural determinism, exploration of how the structure of legal thought or culture influences its content, whereby a particular mode of thought or widely shared practice determines significant social outcomes, usually occurring without conscious knowledge. As such, theorists posit that our system cannot redress certain kinds of wrongs. Okay. Empathetic fallacy, believing that one can change a narrative by offering an alternative narrative in hopes that the listener's empathy will quickly and reliably take over. Empathy is not enough to change racism, as most people are not exposed to many people, wait, different from themselves, and people mostly seek out information about their own culture and group. This part right here is a big part of what makes me just assume that Brian Brayboy is indigenous. Yeah. So let's continue. Non white cultural nationalism slash separatism, the exploration of more radical views that argue for separation and reparations as a form of foreign aid, including black nationalism. Okay, so these are the common themes. Honestly, just so we're clear, I read a lot of that, but I really want to make sure that I integrate it. So after we cover white privilege, I'm gonna see if I can quickly restate some of these tenets in my own words. But one thing that's definitely gonna happen is that this document is gonna change. I really want to add my own things, but I don't want to do this part on stream. There was a lot here that I can't really integrate without taking like another like half hour or whatever. So yeah, whatever happens between now and part three, I'll make sure that it's clear to those of you who are just watching these segments, you know. So yeah, let's cover. Wait, those scholars surely are on crack coming up with all those theories. Man, that's what scholars do, Frank. They come up with theories. I mean, yeah. I don't, Frank. I don't think the scholars are on crack to come up with those theories. Those scholars are on academics. That's the drug that they're consuming. They're consuming academics. All right, let's do white privilege. White privilege is the notion of a myriad of social advantages, benefits, and courtesies that come with being a member of the dominant race, i.e., white people. Okay, so right out of the gate, something that I hear alt right people say is there's no such thing as white privilege, but there's such a thing as majority privilege. Well, right here, as far as this Wikipedia page is concerned, anyway, that's kind of a nod to that. So we're calling it white privilege because they're the dominant race or the dominant group. Let's continue anyway. For example, a clerk not following a person around in a store or people not crossing the street at night to avoid a person are viewed as white privilege. Huh? Okay, like it's these are like cliche examples, so I'm sure we get it, but the wording was a little confusing to me. Sue, Cheryl L. Harris, and Gloria Ladson Billings describe the notion of whiteness as property, whereby whiteness is the illuminate property, the ultimate property that whites alone can possess, valuable just like property. In this sense, from the critical race theory perspective, the white skin that some Americans possess is akin to owning a piece of property, in that it grants privileges to the owner that a renter, in this case, a person of color, would not be afforded. The property functions of whiteness, i.e., rights to disposition, rights to use and enjoyment, reputation, and status property, and the absolute right to property make the American dream more likely and attainable for whites. Okay. I I don't know. I don't have much to add because I'm familiar enough with what progressives think that white privilege is, and as I covered last week, I'm kind of fortunately, growing up in a pretty calm suburban white neighborhood, that you know it's not very often that I'm reminded of my blackness. But yes, a cop will do that. Merely being present, that'll do it. So yeah, if there's one thing that will remind me immediately that I do not possess the property of white skin, it's a cop. Some rando calling me the N word out of a moving car. That's not that big a deal. Criticism from people who don't know me, I don't really care. Plus, that hasn't really happened in decades, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, that is where we're at. Thank you so much for watching. I know that we're kind of ending it abruptly, but I really hope that you learned something. You know what? Before I do that, though, let me, as a final shot, let me try to summarize these in my own words. So, critique of liberalism. This was a word salad. All I know is that what I'm taking away from this is that critical race theorists, they don't, how can I say this? They question the notion of color blindness and merit, probably because race colors those things. Storytelling is the importance of your own experience of oppression, something like that. Again, by next week or next time I do this, hopefully this will be clearer to me. I'm kind of just trying to summarize it really quick. Oh man, this I fucking love. This is new to me. This is new to me, but I love it because it can't not be true that the advances in the civil rights movement just so happened to help the elites in power at the time. I mean, Jesus Christ, name me a social change that happens that doesn't help the elites of the time. Actually, you know what? I can think of one. But besides that, I can't think of one. But I just want to put it on screen really quick. Jeez. Yeah. Name me one social change that didn't also happen to help the elites at the time besides this. And even then, uh, it might not just so happen to help the elites, but they're in a position where they can kind of take advantage of it. So yeah, that's a nice happy coincidence. Anyway, let's continue. Intersectional theory, I got that down. Standpoint epistemology, I'm hopeless. And yeah, apparently there's a debate as to whether or not you can essentialize a group based on their oppression. That's what I'm getting from this. And yeah, structural determinism and empathetic fallacy. What is that again? Believing one can change the narrative by offering an alternative. Empathy is not enough to change racism, as most people are not exposed to many people different from themselves. Oh, so that it's not as easy to imagine what it's like. Like it's difficult for me to imagine what it's like to be white. But yeah, uh, non. Oh yeah, some critical race theorists would go the way of ethno nationalism. So yeah, s- some of that will be in the doc. Some of it will not, but I really want to make sure that I grok these and that I can integrate these into my understanding of critical race theory. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this interesting. If you like the video, please like the video. What are your questions, comments, or observations regarding this? Please leave them in the comments below. I would love to see you here next time. I do these streams every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. All right. Well, it's already past 11, but I don't, you know, I didn't leave the guys with blue balls, with the word white privilege, Darth Shady. I don't want to leave you with blue ovaries with Stardew Valley, so we're going to do that. Let me just. Let me just do that. Yeah, we'll play a day real quick. I'm gonna fucking blast past it. Wait. Sid, BTC will also help the elite. Sorry to break it to you. Yeah, but okay. So the let's say giving black people the right to vote, that's a move that was done by the elites that just so happened to help it, whereas Bitcoin and blockchain and crypto, that I believe anyway, because we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but I believe that that happened independently of the elites, but they have so much power and influence that they were able to, like, say, yeah, I'll have some of that too, which is kind of different. So yeah, in that sense. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out. All right, you can say blue balls. My ovaries won't be offended. No, Darth Shady. This, you know, I'm building a bridge between the left and the right, and I gotta call your. I think testes is the testes. Oh, gonads. Jesus Christ! Thank God this is not on stream. The picture that's on the Wikipedia entry for gonad might be a TOS violation for YouTube. I don't know, but I'm glad my browser is not on stream right now. So the gonads is like the thing that will eventually either become balls or ovaries. Woof. All right, I'm closing this tab. Woof. All right. You know what will take that mental image out of my brain? A little time on the farm. Where are you? Here. Let us start the game. Why isn't it launching? Ah, there we go. It's just a little slow. Ovaries can't turn blue. How do you know? How do you know? All right, let's do a day real quick. I'm a millionaire again. Actually, while it's loading, I'll take another swig of water. All right. Ah, let's do it. Ooh, Sam's birthday. Wait. Did I not save? What the fuck? It was Sam's birthday last time. Anyway, this is what happens. Let's do it. I have to go to town today. Don't work too hard and eat something good for lunch. Oh, there we go. Alright. At least I didn't lose everything. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Oh yeah, I already know how to cook an omelet. Actually, there's a test. Okay, yeah, I still have all my shit from the dungeon crawling, so it did save. I don't know. I thought last week was also Sam's birthday, which is what threw me off. Did I lose a crop again? God damn it! Wait, no, okay. Cool. First of all, what the fuck am I doing walking around like some peasant? There we go. Let's feed the animals, let them out. Yeah. Good. Whoops. There we go. Alright, chickens, have at it. Gold milk? The fuck is this? What am I paying you for, cows? Ungrateful little bitches. Alright. Well, I guess a bitch would be a dog. Alright. No, that's not what I want to do. Right here. Good. Alright, pigs. Make me money. Yeah, there's enough grass here. Alright. Alright, let's water the crops real quick. That little pop sound you just heard was a pig finding a truffle, for sure. Whoops. That was another truffle. Great. So, ooh, man, it's Truffle City. Alright, let's make some mayonnaise. And some cheese. Fucking gold cheese. Alright, let's... I don't think Doggy will ever get thirsty, but I'm here. I thought of it. Why not do it? And you know what? Let me pick up some of these truffles. Holy shit! Cool. From what I hear, pigs find most of their truffles in the morning. All right. Good. No. Okay. Okay. So let's ooh, there's honey. Okay. Actually, I saw that. Pick up this. And let's go to the mushroom cavern. Just see what we got. Ooh, purple mushroom. Yeah, baby. Okay, this is good. And these have probably been here for a couple days because I didn't come here last time. While I'm here, I just want to see. Okay, my silo is almost empty, so let's harvest a little. What made me check my silo is there was so much grass here that I'm like, might as well clear some of this out. Where are you? Here's a little tree. Is that it, or is there? Yeah, there's another little tree right here. You. Alright, I don't feel like cleaning this out right now. Let me just collect the honey. Actually, you know what? Let me harvest some hay from here too. There we go. It's the summer, so there's no rush to fill up my silo. Alright. Hopefully there's some... wait. Okay, my inventory is... I don't have enough room, so let me... where are you? Here. Cool. No, not eat corn. Put corn in chest. Like that. Alright. No, I do not have enough room for all this shit, so... Oh, one thing that I want to do first. It's already 2 p.m. Jesus Christ. And I haven't even done that much. Alright. Let's focus. Is this the place? Okay. Where is it? Cool. Alright, let's sell some shit. I also want to go to town. Maybe there's, I haven't gone to town in a while. This. I'm selling this. I'm selling this. Fuck it, I'm selling truffles. Alright, let's do it. The reason I'm going to town is to see if there's some missions on the bulletin board that I wouldn't do anyway, but sometimes. Oh, the moonlight! The moonlight jellies will be here soon. It's one of my favorite things about the valley. I don't know why I just read Lewis. Oh great, nothing is posted today. The very reason I was here. Alright. Oh, you might find this interesting, Darshady. This is the trailer that Penny lived in with her mom. And right now it is empty. But you see that little book on the floor? Oh, actually. Fairies, Junimos, and other fables. Yeah, anyway, Penny reads a lot. You need to be a certain, you need to have a certain relationship level to be able to enter someone's room. But, you know, Penny's my wife. So, so that's that. All right. Okay, let's see here. Got the urge to make some 2 dozen eggs. Jeez. Rock rejuvenation serum. Some crystals. I'll need some crystals to channel the right energies. I might. What crystals will she need? I sold them anyway. Well, too bad. Alright. There it is. Here. It's 420, giggity. Actually, no, you don't say giggity for that. You, just going into the forest for some hardwood. Man, I haven't been here in so long. Like, I spend all my fucking time in the farm. There we go. Okay. Okay, so it's past 5, so it's too late to go to the desert. Maybe I'll do some... Oh, shit. There we go. I blocked by accident. I just happened to right-click when the enemy was there. That was a total fluke. Wait. Oh, I thought I saw something I could pick up. Yeah, giggity is for sex. I said that for like 420, which, you know, some people associate with cannabis. Alright, let's go back to the farm. Hopefully not spend the rest of my fucking day there. But, since I know the animals are inside, I can close all the barn doors. Any other truffles? Yes. So many truffles to clear inventory space, and you know, the difference in price between truffles and truffle oil is so small. Well, that's because all truffles I pick up are iridium quality, so that's why. Oh, wait. Shit. Okay. Let me do something here. Yeah. And this. What else? Okay. Before I forget, I'm just gonna pick up all this. All that shit in here. So this. Fuck it. And the honey. This I'm saving for my mother-in-law. The rest I might have some utility for me. Oh, Penny's here. Jess and Vincent weren't behaving very well today. I'm still all wound up. Aw, there we go. So, in goes the corn oil. Good. And I will put this in here. Actually, yeah, I haven't given Penny a poppy in a while. There. There we go. I really love this. Yeah, of course you do. The website said you would. All right. Oh shit, I forgot the cactus. Whatever. One thing I want to do right now, though, is put the, I don't know what I did with the truffles, but the important part is these. There we go. Oh, wow, I actually had room for everything. That's great. And what do I put in here? Fuck it, I'll just automatically do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have time for some mild dungeon crawling, probably. I'm selling this. Okay. Hmm. Nope, I'm not gonna warp to there. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Great. All right, let's do it. Is Penny still pregnant? Of course she is. Um, I forget how long it takes for the baby to actually arrive, but she's definitely still pregnant. Let's go here. Yes, good. Because I'm low on iron and iron ore, and I went too deep in the elevator. So, that was 75 I did? Let's go to 60. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is good. All right. Hopefully there'll be some iron here. I left my fucking pickaxe. Jesus Christ. Well, so much for that. Always remember the basics, people. Actually, nah, man, it's 11. I doubt I'm gonna have time to do much that's meaningful. But I really do wanna try. Let's see. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. How did you know which level has what? Oh, Stardew Valley has a very good wiki that tells you, once you make it to the bottom of this particular mine, uh, you you kind of know which levels have what. God damn it! You know what? Take three. Fuck it. I will do some mining. And yes, it might already be midnight. It might already be midnight, but I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. Holy shit. All right. 60. I'm going to mine until 1 a.m. Boom. Iron. There we go. Good. Wow, I actually still managed to get a bit of iron. There we go. Never fucking quit. That's the moral of the lesson. Now, speaking of lessons, I learned my lesson last time, so I don't want to spend too much time like I know that time stops when you're like in a chest and things like that, but I still what is this ghost fish? Ooh, yes. Oh, okay. This icon that's here, the community center icon. You see how it pulsates when I put the ghost fish. That's really cool. This was so bountiful. Awesome. We shall do that next time. Frozen geode. Yes, nice. Okay. Oh wait. It's 1:30. I know what y'all are thinking. Don't worry, I got this under control. Oh, the truffles are here. There we go. All right, let's go to bed. Let's go to sleep for the night. Whew. And another 23,000 without even trying that much. Again, the big payday is Sundays. Sundays makes up for all this shit. All right. Well, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Let me just exit this game abruptly. Like that. And yeah, to the 5 of you still here, thank you so much. You are the super fans. You know, I really appreciate you giving the time to, sit with me. This stream lasted an extra half hour. But yeah, and yes, good thing the dog wasn't in the way. I agree. On that note, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.